So we're going to go out and fly the Champ S Plus with an AOI, that's all-in-one camera aboard, and get some FPV footage. But first, for a little news. So FliteFest is coming up July 13th through the 16th. And I think I'll probably go to it. What I want to know is, anyone else going? Put a comment under the video and let me know if you're going to FliteFest. And the other news is, I haven't heard on the FAA whether they've actually appealed the decision on the drone registry being illegal, so I haven't heard anything that. I've heard they have till July 4th to appeal. Okay, so now let's get into flying this plane.
Welcome to Retired Time Productions.
So I'm going to be using the Furious True D diversity receiver. This is version 3.5 on this little flight. And I've got a 5.8 gigahertz camera right here. It's an AOI, it's the BAA version, I believe. AKK BA3 40 channel. So I got that on there. And interestingly enough, you can't just plug this straight into the Champ, because the Champ S Plus has the full voltage of the 2-cell battery coming out. And a lot of these cameras like this one only take 1-cell voltages, up to like 5 volts. So what I did was, my son bought me some of these tiny little regulators, and I went ahead and just wired that to the wires that come out of the top. See, when you get it from the factory, there's 2 wires that come out the top here for a camera. And I just soldered those wires onto this board, and then put the plug at the other end of the board and stuffed it down in the hole. And now I can plug my camera right there, so I can plug any 5-volt cameras that I want to right onto that lead right there. So that solved that problem. I'll probably be flying this in beginner mode because it's a little bit windy today, but we're just going to take it out right now and see how it does with this little camera. Got to get out of this T area. Get back over here. Alright, ready to fly. Hopefully it'll work. There it goes. There we go. It's very windy. Very windy out here, but no, I wouldn't say very. Okay, let's say about 5 miles an hour. Well, the plane went into a little bit of return to home there, because it's got the, I guess you call it the fence on. So if you fly too far away from home, and I put the home point over at the tree, so I probably need to fly back over this way some more. I get closer to the home point, do my circles close to the home point so that I don't run into that problem again. Let's get up a little higher. So I got the stabilization on. Here comes the golfer. Sounds like he hit from the men's tee, so there shouldn't be any problem. Yeah, the wind's really picked up, but I'm trying to keep it so it's sort of stable. Just using the rudder to go around. Trying to get back over here so it doesn't go into the fence mode again. Now it's wagging its tail. I don't know if that was the wind or it's telling me the battery's low. I don't know which. Just kind of tipping its wings back and forth. Let me put the goggles on. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's doing that wagon again, like it's... Here goes another golf ball. Uh-oh, it's going into... Went into fence mode again. Wagon. Alright. Let's see if we can bring it in slowly. I got the throttle way down. There we go. Okay, so the camera didn't get too wet because it's up on top of the wing. Let's see what these different modes do. Yeah, that is the flight modes right there. That's the expert mode. Yep, flight modes are right on this switch. You can hear it doing things. Okay, so I had it in the beginner mode, so it was very stable with all this wind. Alright, we're going back in. So in conclusion, I noticed during the flight that it wasn't a very long flight before the wings started wagging at me for low voltage, and I think it's because there is a rather small battery that comes with this plane, but there's plenty of room in the battery bay to upgrade to a larger battery, so that might be suggested if you're going to run a camera like this. So maybe upgrade the battery. Also checked it into the FAA instructions, and I didn't see anything in there about turning off the automatic gain control for the light settings or the white balance control. There's nothing like that in here. No settings for white balance or AGC or anything in here at all. So this is just a fixed settings camera. You can change the frequencies, bands, and stuff like that, and power level. You can change the power level, but you can't change the way the picture looks. So that's interesting. So I guess if you want a different type of picture, you would have to switch cameras, because I think these little cameras just don't have the settings like the bigger FPV cameras do. But all in all, I thought the flight went pretty good, and it's certainly doable. I put on the goggles for a while, looked around, and I seemed to be able to tell where I was going, although I believe this camera would be better if I moved it forward a little and tipped it down. I could do that by just moving it forward on the Velcro, put it on closer to the front edge. That would tip it down some more so I could see more of the ground. But other than that, I thought it went pretty good. So thanks for watching, and hope to see some of you at FliteFest if you make it up there, up in Ohio. On the Mini Talon, I've just about got the pod done. It's going to be a self-contained pod with the Minimo SD, a regulator, the transmitter, and pan tilt all set up on one pod. Battery's going to go in the back here. That's why I extended that board out. And for now, I guess that's all I got. We'll talk to you later.
Here, Clyde.